Thank you for checking out my channel. If you haven't checked out the other videos, please do so. This is your official spoiler warning. Now, Doflamingo was just defeated, and they are trying to basically leave Dressrosa. And this man right here, I think I explained him. His name is Fujitora. He has the ability to control gravity. Wait. He said if the dice shows a number. Okay. Well, the reason why I'm kind of skeptical about that is that he's blind. So Fujitora is completely blind. He can't see. So I wonder how he's going to... Is he going to basically have someone read the dice to him? I don't know. But yeah, now Luffy's awake and he wants to leave. But first he wants to make sure that all like the Doflamingo's family's wrongs are righted again. So he basically just has to, not has to, but he wants to correct everything bad in this country, so the same thing won't happen again. But yeah, that guy is Rebecca's father. Yeah, and they have to leave. Wait. 6? This dude's blind, you can't even see. How the hell? You know what? Never mind. Just keep going. I don't know how in the hell he was able to see that. He said if the dice shows this number. You're obviously blind. How did you see the number 6? But I don't know. He said if it shows anything but 1. I'm like, you are blind. How do you know someone's not lying to you? Look, if someone asks me to read the dice off to them, and these group of people just saved this entire country, I would lie to him. I would say, oh, it's 1, you don't have to chase him. And he just lets him go. Oh yeah, of course it's Rebecca. Wait, taken? Do you not see she's going with him of her own free will? Look, she is not being taken. She is literally following behind him. She's not screaming for help or anything like that. Now, while I'm playing as this character here, Frankie, I'm going to go and explain a little bit about Frankie. So Frankie is a half man, half robot. His dream is to basically see to it that the Straw Hat's ship makes it all the way across the ocean. So he wants to see the Thousand Sunny make it basically to Raftel. Because as the crew's shipwright, or like the ship's engineer, he wants to make sure that his greatest creation is he wants to see that his greatest creation is sent to the end of the sea, because he wants to, not he doesn't want to, but that's actually a good thing to think about, how that if Luffy does become the king of the pirates, you can say that, oh, I was the one who built the king of the pirates ship. And I'm gonna probably let you know this now. At the end of One Piece, they're probably gonna do a time skip, like of basically almost every other anime or every show that I've seen. At the very end, there's like an episode where it like skips like 10 or 20 years. But yeah, Frankie's body has like tons of weapons. He has like a retractable fist. fireballs. He has a big laser. He can turn into General Frankie, which is like a big robot. I think I explained that. But he was found at Water 7, and Water 7 is where you met like CP9. Those like the really skilled assassination agents that work for the government. They thought that Frankie had this thing called, I think it was Uranus. Uranus is basically it's a planet, but it's also one of the legendary weapons. It's either Uranus or Pluton. Like Pluton is supposed to be like the blueprints of like a really like lethal warship. And Neptune, because it's assumed that Neptune is or the person who has the Neptune power is Sarahoshi. Now Sarahoshi, you probably won't even know who that is because Sarahoshi was a part of one of the arcs that were skipped. Sarahoshi is the daughter of the king of the fishermen on Fisherman Island. And Jinbei is a fisherman, so he's the king of everybody on that island. And Sarahoshi can talk to sea kings, and sea kings are basically giant sea creatures, like giant sea monsters, which is why they're called sea kings. And sea kings are able to sink like warships. And I don't know. There's too many subplots going on in One Piece. Like trying to keep up with all this. Like, how are they going to beat the government? How are they going to beat the four emperors? Finding One Piece. Everyone trying to achieve their dreams. The whole Blackbeard situation. The Void, which is like remember when I told you it was like, it's not 800. About 800 years. It's like an 800-year gap in history. All those things are just out there waiting to be like found out. So yeah, One Piece is like one of my favorite animes, and I like it. But my next anime related game will probably be another one of my favorites. I'm gonna probably get it after I finish this game. I'm not gonna tell you what it is when I put it out. Also, if you have a game that you would like me to go over or play, just let me know in the comment section. Also, just wanted to let you know that one of Frankie's abilities, I think I told you he has like the the radical beam. That's like a big laser beam that he can shoot out of his hands. But he can also do something called the Kudo burst, which he can shoot a giant wave of compressed air out of his body. And also his body is fueled off of cola, which is what the ship is fueled off of too. So it's basically, well, the ship is carried by wind power, but if they wanted to use things like the Kudo burst for the ship, and the Kudo burst for the ship is a giant blast of compressed air that can launch the 1,000. It's strong enough to launch the 1,000 Sunny 1 kilometer in one direction, but that uses up all of their cola. They have a cannon on the front, and all of their technological devices on the ship are made by Frankie, and they consume cola, which is probably rare to like get like barrels and barrels of cola. But yeah, that's what they use for fuel for their weapons, because the ship is ran off of wind power. Actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna probably go ahead and explain about the characters that I haven't played as, or I'm not going to play as. Another character that I haven't really played is the person who joined. It's the third crew member of the Straw Hat Pirates, Nami. And Nami, she is basically, she likes money. She joined Luffy's crew when Luffy saved her home from Arlong, who is a fisherman who basically hates all human life. Like, he thinks humans are despicable, which is like a form of like racism. So if you think about it, he's saying that, oh yeah, I hate all humans. If you're a human, you're disgusting. We fishermen are above you. So if you can think of what's being said there. And Nami is like the sorcerer, but she's also the navigator of the ship. And her dream is to draw the map of the world. So she's a ship's navigator. She uses something called a log pose. A log pose is a watch that can detect like magnetism. It can detect wind currents. It can detect a lot of other things like weather. That's why she's the ship's navigator. Now, Zoro, I played as him, but Zoro just basically wants to become the best swordsman. He's the second person who joined, or he's Luffy's first mate. So Luffy's first mate, Zoro, wants to become the best swordsman in the world. He was trained by Mihawk. I don't think there's anything to be said about there. He's basically very like really strict, and he's basically Luffy's advisor if Luffy tries to make a dumb decision or whatever. After Zoro, there's Nami. After Nami, there's Usopp. Usopp's like the sniper of the group. Like he has a giant slingshot, and he basically has like impeccable aim. In this season, or in this arc here, he is able to use observation haki to a degree. He awakens his observation haki to basically see other people through objects. He can like sense people's auras. So he was able to awaken that. And his dream is to go to I forgot the name of the island, but the island is basically where all the strongest warriors are. All the strongest warriors are on that island, and Usopp wants to go. Usopp wants to go there, and he wants to become the bravest warrior on the sea, even though he's a coward. Chopper, the fifth member of the group, you see him a lot. He's like that small reindeerish creature. He's the ship's doctor, and he wants to find a cure for basically all diseases. Because he said there's no disease that's not incurable. And what I think is going to happen is he's going to probably find a cure for the disease that killed Gold Roger, like the strongest pirate ever in One Piece. So Gold Roger wasn't really captured. He gave himself up. So when he gave himself up, it's because he had an incurable disease. He was going to die from it anyway. Might as well just give himself up. So he gives himself up, and then he basically dies. But I think Luffy is going to get this same disease, and Chopper is going to cure it. And he's going to probably find a cure for the disease that killed. He's probably going to find a cure for the disease that killed Gold Roger. It's probably going to happen to Luffy. Chopper is also the... Let me see if I'm thinking about it right. Chopper is the first Devil Fruit user on the team that's not Luffy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and skip Sanji. And I'm skipping Sanji only because I'm going to get into his backstory a little bit later, because the whole next arc is basically about him. Almost all of it is about him. So I'm going to save Sanji's for later. But I probably I'm not gonna explain this. What his dream is. Sanji's dream is to catch something called the all blue and cook it. The all blue is basically a fish that's all blue, and it can only be caught around raft tail, and it can only be, it's a fish that's like all blue basically, but it's a fish that basically is found like at the end of like their journey. So that's why Sanji wants to go there, because that's his dream, is to catch the all blue and make it. But that's enough about Sanji. It was, so Luffy joined, no, so Luffy made the crew. Zoro joined. After Zoro, it was Nami. After Nami, it was Usopp. After Usopp, it was Sanji. After Sanji, it was Chopper. And after Chopper, it was Nico Robin. So for Nico Robin, she is a woman who ate the flower fruit. I think that's what it's called. Now, you may think, oh, it gives her the ability to control flowers. It doesn't. It gives her the ability to grow multiple limbs anywhere. So, she can grow her limbs or her arms anywhere, like on a person's body, on the ground, anywhere. So she uses it for like restraint. So, before the 2-year time skip in One Piece, Robin was only able to do like hands, but for the 2 years after, Robin was able to use feet. Now the weakness to that devil fruit is water basically, but she is, when she makes these limbs, if those limbs take damage, the equivalent of damage that will be done on those limbs will be done to her own body. That means if someone finds her foot and like stabs her in the toe, she would feel that damage in her toe. She can make 100 hands, but if all of those hands got plucked one time in the pinky, it would feel like 100 people plucked her in the pinky within a split second, which will hurt. So I guess that's the payoff. She's the group's historian. She can read poneglyphs, and her dream is to find out what happened between the void and history. And she wants to discover like the mysteries of the world. And the void of history, I explained it, it's the 800 years between time of the world that was never recorded, and after that the military happened. So people want to know what happened then, and it's forbidden to be researched. But if it has been discovered, or if someone researches it, then, and if they're close to finding out, then a buster call will be issued. And a buster call is when they take all these warships, and an admiral is dispatched, and they like annihilate the entire country off the map, and it's like erased. So if Nami wants to draw the map of the world, like an accurate map, because the Navy map and an accurate map are two different things. Because for the Navy, there are islands that were annihilated by the Buster Call, but then those islands don't appear on the traditional map. So after Robin, let me see. After Robin, it was Brooke, I think. I still feel like I'm missing somebody. Let me see. Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Frankie, Robin, and Brooke. Okay, that's it. Now that's the order. Luffy was first, Zoro was second, Nami was third, Usopp was fourth, Sanji was fifth, Chopper was sixth, Robin, I'm gonna say 7th. Frankie was 8th, and Brooke was 9th. So I basically explained everybody but Brooke. Yeah, I explained everybody but Brooke. So Brooke has a devil fruit called, I forgot the fruit's name, but it was able to give you a second life. I don't know how that incorporates to his powers, so he's basically just a skeleton. So he died. When he died, he was attacked by one of the warlords of the sea, Gecko Moria. And when he died, that fruit he ate brought him back to life, but as a skeleton. So that fruit allowed his soul to wander the sea looking for his dead body. And when he found it, he was all bones, but he just inhabited his body anyway. So his dream, I guess his dream was to find the whale, Laboon, and join him on a journey like around the world. I think that's what his original dream was. And he is the crew's musician. So he's adept in playing the piano, the violin, the guitar, and that's where most of his attacks come from. He's also a swordsman that can somehow control like ice because he's dead. And I think that's all of the Straw Hat Pirates. Also, just to let you know, Robin, I don't know when she joined. She joined around the time of, she was discovered when Luffy was fighting Crocodile. But she joined the crew, and then when they met Frankie, she told the Straw Hats, I was just playing to be in your crew. I just wanted some protection to go to the next island because I'm on the run and you guys won't like me. So she let herself get captured and to get imprisoned. And then they ask her, do you want to live? She's like, oh, I want to live. I want to travel the sea with you. Then she joins back on the crew. So if you want to think about it, she joined between Chopper and Frankie. So she would be number 7. Frankie would be 8 and Brooke would be number 9. So yeah, Frankie wanted to be, Frankie also wanted to be a shipwright. Frankie's the guy I'm playing as now. And the thing with Frankie's body is that it's different from his old body, because his old body was much smaller, but he made improvements on his body, which is pretty cool that he can do that. Oh wow, I see you. Okay. I mean, he basically uses weapons and physical attacks, and that can do some combos, but I don't know. I mean, I can't really go as fast as anyone else, but he's actually still pretty good. I feel like I wouldn't be able to play as Fujitora, the guy I'm fighting against, because like it would require like not fighting, but like more of summoning things to like fight for me, like summoning meteors, rocks, and all that stuff. But he can't really keep a combo like anyone else, but he does have pretty heavy attacks. I'm gonna have to replace that nipple light because I can't. I want things that do damage, not really do stuns, because you know bosses like this can't really be stunned for long, and I can't use that on a big enemy. So yeah, looks like I'm almost done with him. And I kind of want to just like try my hand at almost all the Straw Hats, so that so that I can just get a variety, because I don't want to like have just do Luffy, because if I do, then no one else will get attention, and I'll be facing a tough enemy, and then no one else will be leveled up, because I can level up characters, and Luffy obviously is my highest leveled up character. I mean, it probably would be either Sanji, because Sanji's my favorite, but in this game, because Sanji doesn't like to hit women, he has like a weakness towards women, so yeah. And women make up like almost half of the One Piece roster. Thank you, I beat him. Okay. I think Luffy feels bad for him since he knows he's blind. Now, if you really think about it, what actually happened in the anime is that Fujitora did that only so he can escape. Also, he doesn't know what Luffy looks like, so he says he wished he never blinded himself. I don't know. I still think that's bull that you saw the dice and you're completely blind. But anyway, I'm done with this video. If you like it, please like, subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the other videos out, and I'll probably get that to you either next Friday, or if this video does good, I'll probably send it out before then. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. He says, I don't want to fight you. And I think he learned his lesson from when he wanted to fight, when Usopp fought him. When him and Usopp fought, and Luffy hit Usopp, and that was hard for him. So this scene right here